Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Amir Ivani and I'm a third year medical student at the Aga Khan University. And in this video, me and a bunch of friends we're rambling about our experience during the first 2 years of med school, that is during the basic science years. So we reflect on our experience. We tell you guys what we would recommend our juniors to do and what we regret not doing, for example. So hope you guys like it, hope you guys enjoy. So make sure you like, share and subscribe and do all of that. And yeah, let's continue with the video. All right guys, so the question for Umar today over here is, what advice would you give to your first year self, or what would you recommend or advise an incoming first year, considering how first years are coming in?
Okay, so basically I have two things that you should keep in mind while coming in. So firstly, you should try to find nice seniors who are around you, because constantly throughout the year there will be different things coming up where you'll need advice as you go through them. So it'll be nice if you have someone you could constantly refer back to and ask about the stuff that is happening. Other than that, I would say to explore all the different options that you have for studying, like all the different modes of studying that happen in med school.
So that includes, I would say, like Anki is one example.
Big books,
big books,
everything,
videos,
video resources,
YouTube, other stuff, all of that.
Yeah, don't limit yourself to one
So
specific.
basically, try to explore all of them like as soon as you can, so that you have like a sort of idea what works for you, because different things work for different people, and that's completely okay. So something that everyone might say is very good might not actually work for you.
Agreed.
So you need to find your comfort zone with books, with videos, your resources, your studying methodologies and everything. Whether you find it better to study in the library or at home, or wherever, whatever your mode is, you just need to find it soon enough, because if you keep experimenting throughout med school, that's not going to work. Like,
I think, wait, sorry to cut you off, Laiba. I think that's something, that's a mistake I made. I kept on experimenting. I'm like, okay, in the last month, let me try Anki.
Same, and like now I'm like, I should start Anki like for third year, and like, is it too late to start it? I should have done it like, because in the end, you can't start new things during prof. You're just gonna revise what you did. And like, apart from that, what the key is to be consistent, literally. Like, whatever you are, you have fun in med school, because literally this time won't come back, and you should have fun, you should go out, chill, enjoy your campus life and everything. And I'm glad I did that. But again, like, it's very, very important to be consistent, and that's not just with academics. Like, if you're into research, be consistent with that. If you're into
and wait, okay, so
like
people complain all the time. Wait, can you hold the camera? And include me. Yeah, so I was saying, people always talk about, and people always complain that their university, for example, so-and-so university, don't have research opportunity. And what I always tell them on the DMs, so follow us on Instagram, ask us questions there. But what I always say is, you have to carve your own path. So I'm no research pro, I haven't done shit. I've only done data collection probably. But you just get into things. Whenever an opportunity arises, you try your best. So that continue.
So the only thing is, it's completely fine. Like, I'm not saying make academics your ultimate goal or make research your ultimate goal. All of us have different like future plans. Someone like, you might want to stay here, might want to go abroad. That's completely fine, and you might be interested in things, but it's very important to like keep it balanced. Like, you can't think, I'm just gonna do this in fifth year, I'm gonna start this later on. It's very important to like explore things early on and see what's it. It's okay if you're not interested in research. It's okay if you don't want to go abroad, but it's very, very, very important to enjoy what you're doing, because burnouts usually, like, if you're doing something just for the sake of your transcript or CV, you just get tired very quickly. It's very important to so I would just say, study, but enjoy. Like, try to study and enjoy whatever you're doing. If I want to get into research, like, enjoy the process. It's very, very important. It keeps you motivated.
Don't do things just because everyone else is doing that around you. Like, try to find what works best for you and what you actually enjoy doing and how you work best. Because that's the way to like actually fit in properly.
That is a trap people tend to fall in, because what the majority think, for example, if the majority is using review books, you tend to follow that, right? But at times, you have to have the courage to pick up a big book, let's say 2 days before the exam, right? And the sooner you explore your own methods, the sooner you explore के तुम्हारे लिए क्या बेहतर सूट करता है, the better it is. Because again, a few days before the prof exams, you can't just start Anki right there and then, right?
That's what I did.
So
It works for some people though.
it
Like
works for some people, but you have to have some solid background.
Yeah.
Plus, it's imperative that when you study, you start studying from day one, right?
Yeah.
Because ये कहने की बात होती है कि सेमेस्टर से 10 दिन पहले 1 हफ्ते पहले आप कवर कर लेंगे, you simply
again, it depends on different people. Some people are actually able to do it and then secure. It's just don't get like it's very hard to not get into peer pressure in med school. Like oh वो बंदा research कर रहा है मुझे भी करना चाहिए, वो बंदा stepping कर रहा है मुझे भी करना है, वो बंदा इस तरह कर रहा है. It's just about like identifying your own goals, your own method, what you want to do, and then getting into it. So it's very important to keep a balance and obviously like have fun. This time is for having fun. I will never regret like I shouldn't have socialized or anything. I will say that I should have worked harder, but I will never say I shouldn't have socialized. Like
Agreed.
I think that's very very important because especially in med school it's so stressful. So it's a like coping mechanism for you, socializing, having your friends around, campus life and everything.
I agree.
Also adding on to what Mushahid just said, that even if you don't want to get into like actual depth from day one onwards, it's always nice to have a sort of idea of what's going on since the start of a module, for example, so that you know what's happening, so that even if you're studying like most of it, reviewing most of it like towards the end of the module, you still have an idea of what you have to do and where you can do it from. So it's always better to have an idea so that you're not left with very little time in which you spend half of it just exploring what you have.
Because at times हमें कुछ फहमी होती है कि इतनी सी देर में इतना सारा content cover हो जाएगा, but the pressure you have a few days before the summit, many of us can't cope with that, right? And then people have breakdowns and everything. उसके अलावा I think it's really really important that you have a support system, because being a medical student, it brings a lot with it. There's stress, there's peer pressure, and there's a lot of other things, right?
Yeah.
So you have to have friends you can back upon you. You have to have a support system. You have to have people that you can talk to.
Yeah. So whether it's your teacher, whether it's a senior,
could be anyone.
we talked about having good seniors. Whether it's seniors, your own batchmates, your family, your brother, your siblings, anyone. It could be anyone. Having a good support system really, really helps out. We talked about like peer pressure, not getting into peer pressure, doing things you are comfortable, exploring all options, socializing, attempting all big books and small books, using Anki. There's a bunch of different things we all could have done better, and I'm sure all of us over here have made mistakes.
Yeah.
We struggled, no? So just looking back, it's like a reflection, post-reflection video. We are, we just think I think, like at least for me, there were a lot of mistakes I made.
Yeah, same.
A lot of improvements that I could
definitely.
have done. And
also it's very stressful, it's very painful, but it will be over. Like some basic sciences especially are very very painful, but it will be over. You will do it, and then there's always another year, there's always another module, there's always another rotation. So if you think you couldn't perform your best because of any reason in one module in a year or in any rotation, it's fine. Like you can always improve and that will count.
Yeah,
So
because
it's completely fine.
It's never the end of the line, right? You can always have a flip start.
And to reiterate once more, don't be afraid or hesitant to ask for advice or help if you need
Yes.
it. There are always people everywhere who would be willing to help you out. कहीं पे भी होते हैं, there are always people who are nice enough to help you out. So do ask around, do get to know
And this
people.
means any help,
Yeah.
not just academics,
Yeah,
any
like
advice in
generally.
life.
I'm
Yeah.
sure there will be people everywhere who are willing to give advice, help you out,
Yeah.
make you learn from their experiences and all. So do not hesitate to approach them.
And besides, at times it's really really important to have an outside perspective as well, right? So there might be things you might not be aware of, but if you just talk it out or if you talk to people, तो काफी बेहतर होता है stuff.
so I switched the camera over here. So it's okay, Laiba, you can sit. So we're all in the lecture hall right now. So there are a lot of stuff. Like I think it depends. A lot of it also depends on where you end up going. So we have viewers from across Pakistan. There are a lot of you that will end up at Dow, at King Edward's, at AMC, wherever. And I think the core of it applies everywhere. Making good
Basic
senior friends.
Concepts apply everywhere. We're not, whatever we talked about right now, it wasn't very specifically directed
Exactly,
to AQ, to
exactly.
be honest. it was more of a general overview. I think you would experience a similar situation elsewhere as well.
Agreed. And you know, there are like, the thing is, I get a lot of DMs, especially recently, because of how the admission thing just started and ended. So we always get the same question: is med school, is MBBS different from A levels? I'm used to A levels. It is a lot different.
It's like way different.
It is
It's a completely different ballgame.
Yeah, it's a completely different. And then another question I always get asked is, how many hours should I be studying? That's like,
that depends on you. What works for you, that is what you should do.
I agree.
Like, don't go on that train of doing what everyone is doing.
Also, honestly, it's completely fine if someone's telling you, okay, it took me 3 days to do that, and maybe it took you 2 hours. You used video resources and you got the concept. It's completely fine.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to get into that peer pressure कि नहीं उसने 3 दिन में पढ़ा, उसने 4 किताबों से पढ़ा, उसने तब समझा, and मुझे सिर्फ एक वीडियो से समझ आ गया. It's completely fine. There's no like content वाली चीज़ के इतना पता होना चाहिए. As long as you get the concept and as long as you're like confident about your knowledge, it's honestly fine, like literally.
No matter how long it takes you, but as long as you understand the concept really thoroughly, kitna bhi time lag jaye, it's definitely worth it.
yeah, and I think we all can admit YouTube is a massive resource.
definitely.
I don't know. Like
100%.
whenever my parents see me, I'm on YouTube, and then like they see Ninja
Yeah.
Nerd. For example, Ninja Nerd. You guys will probably come across Ninja Nerd videos. They think he's like doodling or something weird on the whiteboard, and it's an amazing
And
resource.
literally sketchy. What even like sketchy तो लगता
sketchy
है
as
नहीं
well.
पढ़ाई.
Like little pictures.
Note an anatomist.
Noted as well.
Anatomist, Sam Upster.
Yeah, so there are all these resources. Once you start med school, there will be a Google Drive link floating around your community with all the pirated books and videos.
The different, even video links, like different links are good, different channels are good for different things.
Exactly.
So when you ask the people around you, they would be able to guide you more on it when you get to that.
I agree.
Like you're probably not going to remember everything if you just give all of the names to you right now. You might not remember it. But like once you get to things, ask around and people will be likely to help you out.
I agree. And there's a lot that can be said about, it's an endless conversation, I think.
For sure.
But then I think we talked about like the main thing that is like not feeling afraid to do different stuff, exploring different things, socializing, studying, putting in hours in your parhai. What else did we talk about? We talked about resources, different resources, using different resources, not getting into the peer pressure, attempting research, doing research, attempting even sports. Do sports if you can. If you go to a university with like a sports society, do that, join that. There's an ACT thing going on over here. I think it's acting.
Act.
Yeah, so like if you're into acting, freaking act. There's a lot we should do, and like we shouldn't hibernate and limit ourselves. Hi, Hamna. Yeah.
You want to give some advice on Anki?
Yeah, she's an Anki king. Queen.
Queen. What do you think?
Anki King.
Queen.
Anki Queen.
Yeah. All right. So
Hamna is literally the most organized.
Yes,
हमसे.
hands
So
down,
I think
hands
Hamna's
down.
advice would
I
be,
think
you need to be really
proper
organized in med school. You need to make planners.
Bolo, it's on. It's running.
No, I think Hamna will say be organized, have your journal, have your planner, make your to-do list every day, and that is very, very
On both your
important.
notebook and on your iPad.
Let me end the video. We had a long ass conversation.
How is it? Let's end it, bro.
Chill. It's been ever since you left. We were ranting. Yeah, okay, so let me end the video over here. Thank you guys for all joining. Like, share, and subscribe to the video. Share it to a first year who might be watching. Yeah, so thank you so much. Bye.